peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful. And call Patrick Highland today, 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Passionate about sports? Want to talk college, prep, or pros? It's time to enter the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. Call in. Tell Patrick how you see it. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
All right, folks, welcome into the Sports Zone. We greatly appreciate you tuning in here to AM 860 The Answer. We're going to have some fun talking college sports, pro sports, and mostly going to be football, college football and pro football. But Lightning will be under the way soon, NBA basketball. It's all coming together here for the fall. We'll be at Halloween before we know it. So we do appreciate everybody listening to us. We appreciate our fans. We appreciate everybody listening to us across the airwaves on the internet. And as I always like to start off the show, you know, we wouldn't be able to do the show unless we had our military out there to fight for us and take care of us and give us the freedom we need. And it goes without saying, you know, we always think of the freedom to go to church. Well, you know, the veteran gave that to us. The freedom of speech, the veteran gave that to us. You know, the freedom to bear arms, the veteran gave that to us. When you think about everybody who's done something in this country to help other people, it started with a veteran. So I want to do a shout out to our vets today, big time. And, you know, our teachers are out there doing a good job as best they can. Sometimes the school boards across this country are a little loose and need to work on some things. Our firemen and policemen, they're doing a great job, you know, willing to take a bullet for us, willing to go into a burning building. You can't think of more courageous people than that. So I don't understand. If we would just fulfill the laws that we all have governed and not defend people who break the laws so emphatically, this country would be a lot better off. And especially the people defending them would not defend them if the situation was reversed on them. It's always easy to take a position till it affects you and your friends and family. So keep that in mind when you want to protest. I don't care if it's peaceful or violently. So, Scott, how's everything going for you this week, sir?
Good week. Good week. Few good games. Upset Saturday yesterday.
You're not kidding.
I mean, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
Well, SEC, or are you going to go Penn State, UCLA?
I've said it. The NILs, the open portal, everything is throwing things in the whack. And I'm sorry. Yes, I am going. The SEC, the dominant teams, there aren't dominant teams anymore. And we're starting to see there's not many dominant teams untouchable, maybe two or three. But when you get a crappy Florida, and I don't want to hear, oh, they just got it all together. And no, they're not a good team. But yet, they beat what some people are calling the top team in the nation or one of the top teams. You know, they're not elite as they once were. None of the conferences are anymore.
I kind of like that, though. We have more parity, and it's opening things up. And yes, you can't just say the SEC has all that. Now, if you're going to
none of them, Big Ten, no. SEC, it's not. They don't dominate like they once did.
You still have the Southeast Conference lead in this one area, Scott, and that's speed. Something you can't teach. So the better speed athletes are in the Southeast Conference. But last time I checked, the offense and defense lines do have a little bit to say so in a football game. But it does help to have that speed. I think the SEC, people look at the speed and the excitement and go, ooh, that's the conference, instead of let's look at the bottom end results. Let's look at the wins and losses. You know, it's all marketable now, Scott. It's kind of funny how that works. But no, I'd say Florida is above average team. And I would say Texas is an above average team. And it's kind of funny.
You really believe Florida's above average?
Yeah, like 7-5.
Who did Texas play before this game?
They had a tough game, lost on the road to I forget now. I apologize. But they've only had one other tough game. I'll give you that one. I can't remember the team now. It's just fallen off my mind. But, the biggest story of the day, in my opinion, okay, is how does UCLA, haven't won a game all year, lost to New Mexico, okay, by 24. Penn State, number 3 in the country, huh? Well, you know what? They lost 42-37, and they were 3 touchdown and field goal favorites, 24.5. You know what the odds? I wish Josh was here. He's running a little bit late, but we'll get Josh in here and we'll talk a little bit about this. And fantasy football is going to be interesting this week because of a lot of buys. We have 4 teams out with quality players. Josh will be able to enlighten the folks on that to get your lineups right.
But it goes back to that. Like, I know you don't buy into it, but it goes back to that any given day.
Oh, yeah,
I
man.
mean,
I do.
Nobody bet on UCLA unless they took the points.
Right.
Okay. That maybe. Nobody in this
Straight
country, if anyone in this country bet on UCLA
I bet somebody
to beat
did.
Penn State, it's because they couldn't spell Penn State.
Well, no, or they're UCLA fans, or they were looking for a crazy odds, to pull it off.
Okay. Anyone that bets on games that bet UCLA is a fool.
Well, no, let's rephrase it. Anybody who bet any serious money on UCLA to win the game
is a fool.
Anybody who said, I'm going to throw a $10 parlay with UCLA winning.
Okay, maybe.
That's all. They're just they're playing a lottery ticket,
right.
Scott. And that's fine.
No,
I mean, look, if they had, let's suppose they did a 3-teamer. Suppose they said Miami's going to win, UCLA's going to win, and the Gators are going to win. Something like that for $10 probably pay you about a few thousand. That ain't half bad last time I checked. So it's a fun thing to do. But no, the straight up money, if anything, the book loved it because what a lot of people did probably bet on Penn State just to win the game, minus 3,500. So people bet 3,500 to win.
You realize what we're setting up for. Once again, you could have a 1-loss USF that lost to Miami.
That's right.
You could have a Tulane.
Yes.
That lost to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah.
Is a 1-loss, we'll use USF. If they run the table and their only loss is Miami, how do you keep them out over a 2-loss team? I don't care who that 2-loss team is.
I don't think you do anymore. This is where maybe the football and basketball are starting to work together because, a lot of times, I don't like the 15 seed playing the 2 and the 16 playing the 1. But how many times does a 12 seed beat a 5 seed? It happens more than you think, folks. And what I mean by that, and every conference is representative in the college basketball tournament. So I think you have to have somebody from, that conference, period, and call it a day. I mean, and they might get smoked, but you know what? You have to do the representation. And you know what else I think, Scott? I think in this case, it's good for the programs because everybody knows Alabama. Everybody knows Penn State. Everybody knows Miami. Everybody knows Florida State. I could go on and on. But you get a USF, a UCF. Oh, who's this group? You get a crazy Coastal Carolina or a Tulane. Then you go, oh, man, I didn't realize they had a good football program. And you give them a shot.
And up until last year, who would have sat there saying, oh, Vanderbilt and Alabama is going to be a good game?
Yeah, man. Whew,
I mean,
I'll tell you that helped out Florida State big time because now their win against Alabama shows that they played a quality team. So with their 2 losses, do they still have a shot to get in? Maybe. They'd have to win the ACC championship, but I don't think it's going to happen. They blew it when they lost to Virginia. Now, if they could have pulled off the upset last night,
that's different.
It would have been different.
A 1-loss team,
right?
And Miami's a 1-loss team, but right now you've got Ohio State,
undefeated. Miami,
Oklahoma,
Ole Miss. They were off yesterday, but they got a tough schedule. But if they
got to play each other. A few
Mississippi State got beat by Texas A&M. Texas A&M's better than we think. I mean, I was surprised. They look good too. A few teams this year look good. Texas Tech, Red Raiders, old Patrick Mahomes team. They're looking good.
That's what I'm saying. yes, it's subjective, but 2 lost teams. If you've got 21 lost teams, I don't think you look to 2 lost teams.
Oh yeah, well it'll be 12. Yeah,
No. What I'm saying is when they come down to picking teams, say you got 15 one-loss teams.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't. No.
And
It won't. Well, no, and Josh
not,
can verify for us if that were to happen, Scott. No 2-loss team gets in that scenario. The only way a 2-loss team gets in against a 1-loss is it going to be ratings? Is it going to be do they still have their star players? And you and I both agree that's wrong, but it's reality, and that's what happens in today's world. But by expanding to 12, you're not bad off. Look, Florida State probably would have got smoked a couple years ago if they would have been, but they deserve that right. So you don't do that to the kids who work hard and practice hard and do a good job. I mean, I don't know what's up with Penn State, Scott. You and I have an affection for coaches. We try to give them every leeway and every out we can, but this guy Franklin, man, he's 2-22 against anybody ranked in the top 5. I'm sorry, man. That don't cut it, brother. You got to win some of those. You got to be at least half and half, in my opinion.
You got to win some big games.
Yeah, man.
I agree.
Do you believe in keeping the coach till the end of the year?
Yes.
Oh, I do too.
Yes.
Yeah, I just think.
I think that throws it in, unless he's totally lost the locker room, unless he's totally lost.
Yeah.
The players and coaches and so forth. I think you do.
And then January, you just say, "Hey, man, it's not working out."
But think about these colleges. Oh, we need money. We need endowments. They're firing coaches that they still owe $20 million to and hiring another coach. Where's this money coming from?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I know where we could get some of it. The $40 million that was proposed to do transgender studies in Uganda. Maybe we could give the colleges that money. I don't know, just an idea, but I wonder why the bill didn't get passed. Anyway, it's funny how logic has really left the building, Mr. Levinson. It's just amazing to me. But anyhow, just on that note, we're going to take a quick time out here on AM 860, The Answer. When we come back, we'll be talking more sports, but I had to fit that in there.
You just had to.
I couldn't help myself. We'll be right back.
Happy Sunday from the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. And we do hope that it's a happy day and that everything is going as well for you and your family as it possibly can. That today is a good day and that you have many, many more good days in front of you. But no matter how well any of us are doing on this good day, the unfortunate reality of life remains that all of us are likely to face bad days in the future, no matter how distant that future may seem right now. When it comes to matters of health, particularly as we and our loved ones get older, it's predictable that all of us are likely to face hard challenges the longer we live, and that is multiplied by the amount of people we are directly responsible for. You may not want to ask yourself this question, but what if something unexpected happened to you today or tomorrow? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arises, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life during these times, which are relatively good and free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Highland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure that bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone. Let's get back to the discussion. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Sports Zone here on AM 860 The Answer. Shout out to my friend Michael Peter for putting us on IRN Radio. You can catch us streaming on that network, and we appreciate all the listeners for that. He has a neat lineup.
I forgot to add that in the
Yeah, we'll have to put it on
post.
there. Yeah, thanks, Scott. We'll do that next time. Also, he has a lot of funny comedians on there, a lot of cool talk show hosts on his platform.
Well,
You know,
wouldn't be good if they weren't funny.
no, it wouldn't.
You know,
No, it
I
wouldn't.
think that's a prerequisite.
Well, yes and no, because you got to be careful now, right? I mean,
No,
yeah,
no,
if you're funny, you could offend 1% of our population and they'll cancel you. That makes all the sense in the world to me. I just can't wait to see Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. How about you? I think it's going to be great.
can I be honest?
Oh, Lord, help me. Go ahead.
I didn't know who Bad Bunny was.
Either did I, brother. Please.
I had
Okay?
no
Please,
idea.
please. I mean, come on, man.
What I mean, where?
What are we doing? We're in San Francisco.
Well, no, I don't care if he's at the. I'm serious.
No, I'm
I
saying
don't
it's in
know.
San Francisco for the Super Bowl. Why don't we get a Journey? Maybe get Steve Perry out of retirement for a cool halftime show. Let's get some Metallica. I'll take Metallica. I'm not a hard metal rocker, but at least they're something. I mean, come on, man. This is
where
just
did
ridiculous.
Bad Bunny come from?
You know
Who or what?
He's from Puerto Rico, which is fine, but most of his music, I think maybe all of it, is in Spanish, so that's going to be interesting.
Okay.
And, you know, I mean, so I don't know, man. I don't know what the NFL is trying to just get every penny they can and get every demographic they can. You know what you got to be careful of when you do that, Scott? Losing a big demographic. I would love everybody at 8:05 to turn the channel and say, this is what we feel about your halftime show, NFL. It's ridiculous. You're not appealing to the masses. We've had enough.
Who was that halftime show last year?
That was
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, Kendrick.
The big debate over "Don't Sing It, Don't Say It."
Yeah.
You know, I got to be honest.
Yes.
I don't remember the last time
I'll
I
get you maybe
watched
back.
that halftime show.
Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. I'm sure you remember that
No,
one.
no. I
well.
am not a Jennifer Lopez fan.
Okay. I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
I
Most people listen to that because it appealed to the masses
I mean,
of music.
I like seeing her walk away.
Right. There we go.
But,
Okay.
I
Exactly.
mean, you know,
And that's
she's
what they
got
brought to the table
she's
that
got
day.
A few good songs. Shakira. I mean,
Yes.
I can take or leave her music.
But it was an
I wish I
entertaining
was
show.
in her shape.
Yeah, yeah,
but-
oof, wow, for her age and her shape, but their show was. Here's what was crazy about their show. The show was exciting and entertaining, but they got a little bit over the top with the provocativeness. I don't think you do that at a Super Bowl
Is that
show.
a word?
It's my George Bushisms.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
second, not the-
provocanism.
Yes.
I don't know about that one.
No, it's not. It's just me, coming up with funny words like my boy George Bush.
I like I said, to me, halftime is too long.
No question. That's another thing I don't care
can't
for.
Imagine the players enjoying it.
No, because you're changing their whole routine. That's another thing I'll never understand. Biggest game for these
How about
guys.
do the show before the game? Tune in without going through hours of backstories about the taxi driver who drove Lamar
Baker
to the game.
Right.
I
like that, Scott.
Let's do the big show before the game starts.
Yeah, 5:30 to 6. Let's rock and roll.
But I can't say whether
Dude, you know what's funny about that, Scott? Seriously, man, that's one heck of an idea.
Every once in a while, I get
Man,
lucky.
no, I'll tell you why.
I
Because
do.
most guys like you and me will just tune in at 6:25 knowing the game's going to kick off at 6:35. Okay. Now I might tune in a little bit early, but you get better pregame TV ratings, I believe.
I can't sit here and say Bad Bunny is good or bad because honestly, until
you didn't know who he was, Scott. I'm sorry for interrupting, but when people don't, and you're not the only one, and when people don't know who somebody is, how can you tell me that's a star to do the show? It's not. It's that simple. Okay. If you didn't like the guy, that'd be another thing because it's the old Howard Stern thing that you bring up. You know what?
Did my grandparents know who the Beatles were when they got going? I mean, maybe not. Who knows?
Sure they did.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, again, different era now
Yes.
but I
with
really.
all social media, you'd think you and I would have heard about this cat, but
someone told me he was in the new Happy Gilmore. I could not tell you what character he played because I don't know what he looked like.
Yeah. He played the caddy. Yeah. No. And hey, you know what's funny? I was talking about the Jennifer Lopez and the Shakira. He was on that halftime show. It's kind of funny, but in the background, you know?
Yeah, I think y'all are missing the bigger picture. I mean,
Okay.
having a halftime show before the game is crazy to begin with. The whole point of doing it is because they're selling ad time and ad revenue. You have more eyeballs at halftime than
We're
before
not
the
talking
game.
about the capitalism side of it, Joshua. Okay, we're talking about what we want and like. All right, can we go with that for once? You always have to go to the money, don't you, kid?
But
No,
he's
you're
right.
he's
He is
100%.
right.
Oh no, I'm kidding with it. That's why. I mean, it's a great idea for the fans, but the advertisers are going to say, "I don't think so."
You're
homie.
tripping, homie.
Right? Exactly.
No, you're tripping. You're old man yelling at cloud right now. You're crazy because you two haven't heard about someone. You don't think
we're not complaining that
he is
he's
one.
doing
He is
it.
he's the most popular Latin artist in the entire universe.
Okay, and where's the
one of
game
the
being played, Josh?
Patrick, where is there a game being played right now in the NFL?
Yeah, we know.
Where is it?
Well,
Is
it's
it
not,
here?
It's not the NFL
Or is the
anymore,
NFL
Josh.
It's the International Football League.
Right, IFL. Good job.
So wouldn't it make sense to have arguably the most popular international artist in the world as you are openly trying to get a
I'll make a prediction, Josh. Here's what's going to happen, my friend. I guarantee more people are going to turn their TVs off at halftime this year than any time before because there'll be a movement for it because people are tired of the last 10 Super Bowls not covering the masses.
when you
I'm
say
telling
people, you're speaking for yourself and your demographic, and that's not you're
The
on the other
masses,
end
bro,
of-
not just
you're
me, the
not the-
masses. Okay,
the
we'll see.
masses are the 20 to 39 demo.
AJ, I got to ask AJ a question he might know throwing off a tie. When it
I'm
comes
going
to
to watch
ratings,
it
hold
because
on.
I've never seen them.
Well, when it comes to ratings, AJ, if I'm throwing you a curve, I apologize. And the question is this. Do they go, if I turn the TV on at 6:25, okay, to watch the Super Bowl, does that count like I watched the whole game? Or if everybody turns their TV off at 8:05 because they're upset the way they're doing these halftime shows and not going to the masses, will that show in the ratings? They go quarter-powered hours. Very interesting. So when people shut it, we'll see the ratings. I can't wait to see what the halftime ratings are this year. If they're bad, I'll have to search the internet deep dive. If they're good, of course, they'll
There's
be right
too
front.
much. Here's the problem, Patrick.
Go
And
ahead.
It's not a problem. You know, like last year, you had people saying, "Oh, more people watched Lamar than watched Michael Jackson." Yes, they did, absolutely. But
Yeah.
you stop comparing now and 20 years ago because there wasn't the access. I'm going to watch Bad Bunny because, like I said, I don't know who he is. I don't
Good.
know what he sings. I don't know what he does. I'm interested in seeing what all the hoopla is about.
Okay.
So I'm one of these guys that might
respect
not
that.
that might not be a fan of his, but I'm also open to the fact, like Joshua said, obviously he's doing something to excite a lot of people. So who knows? I might watch that halftime show and say, I like Bad Bunny.
It's amazing to me the lengths that people go to come up with a reason just to like jump in and not like someone. I mean, there's valid things, but someone really said, multiple people, they're like, what grown man calls himself Bad Bunny? We should have Jelly Roll instead.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll, because that's a grown man calling himself Jelly Roll, which
Yeah.
apparently is. So what are we doing?
What are we doing?
And again, name one Jelly Roll song. The thing about Jelly Roll that everyone always says is, oh, he has such a great story.
Yeah.
What a great guy he is.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
You don't know. This is
No.
funny. Josh is right on the money on this.
No, I don't.
But I'll say this, Josh. I think he would appeal to more masses than this guy.
Your mess. Your people.
We'll see, Josh. Okay. When
Look, Roger Goodell is many things. If there's something
Oh.
the NFL is good at, it's making money and marketing their sport, isn't it? At this point, don't kind of like how we trust Jason Light to draft the right players. I kind of just trust the NFL to grow the game at this point because according to you and the masses, these are the same people that stopped watching a decade ago when Colin Kaepernick was
Yeah,
taking a knee.
yeah.
So how many times can you stop watching something?
Yeah.
It's like the whole thing. Oh, I'm canceling my Netflix subscription. Buddy, you said that 2 to 3 years ago. How many different times are you canceling? We thought you were gone already.
Well, it's the same thing, and it goes all over the place. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Give them a shot, but it's like the people. Oh my God, I'm leaving the country and all the. It's. I think it's just all.
with last year's show, Josh, see if we agree on this at least. It was very inaudible. It was very difficult to hear what he was singing. I don't think the show was that good. I don't think it appealed to the masses.
You're talking production as opposed to what?
Oh, yeah, I'm not knocking him for it. It's not his fault. It was just terribly produced. Thank God AJ and Amika over there is doing a good job producing our show. You guys are all right in my book.
I didn't
So-
realize you were such a live entertainment aficionado.
He
I
is.
watch football games for football, and if they put on some music at halftime,
No,
cool.
I was trying to like this guy, Josh, last year, and I couldn't even understand what he was saying. And then the dancing was silly to me. So I was like, okay.
It wasn't for you. Everything isn't for you anymore.
No. I'm just saying it could be. Maybe
Everything could be for you.
except, the alphabet community. But anyway, I don't think I fit in well with that. But I'll respect them and let them do what they want to do.
You
And I'll
dare.
defend them.
It-
Okay. But I don't see
I don't know
myself.
about you, Josh.
I don't
but
see myself
Patrick
being
look- Patrick looks like a perfect bear to me.
yes, there you go. There you
I
go.
just think you're missing the forest for the trees here. It's very obvious that they're going for the international appeal. They want to have an international game every single week.
Josh, I'm agreeing with you 100%. Will you give me this, Josh? What happens? You got to be very careful when you do this. You try to get a 1 or 2% demographic and you lose 5%. Not a good ROI. I'm not saying in this case, Josh, I'm just making an observation.
Or let's look at it.
That
this
could
way,
happen.
That is the math. That's the balance when you're marketing anything.
Yeah.
Of course. It's like
I think they run that risk. I don't think the risk is worth the reward. I'll say
clearly
this.
you don't.
Look at
now,
it this way.
hold on. Will you give me this since I
Go
give you that?
Yeah.
If it was Taylor Swift,
Oh,
thank
Ooh.
you. Okay, you're
I-
gonna complain no matter what.
no, I'm not. Put all Jelly Roll on there. Put Morgan Whalen.
No,
Okay,
I
give me
mean,
somebody,
people- come on, people would watch.
No,
Taylor
all kidding
Swift.
aside.
When people are gonna complain no matter
No,
what.
here's what would have been great.
Yes.
All kidding aside, he's not with us anymore, which is unfortunate, but he was getting up there, Josh. I get all that. At least if Tony Bennett was still with us, I hope they would have brought him on to sing I Left My Heart in San Francisco for the Super
Bro,
Bowl.
he would have looked like Lee Corso in his
That's my
very
boy
la-
Lee. You
Wait,
watch it.
Didn't they have Tony Bennett a few years back?
No.
I thought they
No. He
not
was
as the headliner.
No. I'm just saying. That's my extreme, Josh. Get somebody from San Fran, okay? Get somebody from that area. I think that's just a cool thing to do.
Sure, it would have
Yeah.
been cool with any
Yeah.
city, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying Coldplay is Canadian and no one complained about that.
Yeah, I know. If you know what would be different,
I
Josh?
think what we're saying is we just want classic rock.
No,
Okay.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
No.
I want to see him.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never seen him. I want to see the guy.
Could care less. I watch football for football. Anyways, so did Billy
Okay.
Napier save his job?
Oh, good
No.
question. Yes, I
No.
agree with you. I think he did. Josh, do you think he did?
I still stand. I mean, through the season. I think through the end of the season, there was.
I-
And they
yeah.
go to the bowl game and see how they do in the bowl game. Yeah, they're going to go to the freaking Blue Bonnet Bowl, Scott. They're going to go to some game.
That's a fail for a school like Florida.
He didn't say that it wasn't.
Was it? But
So do
and-
you think? So you think he's getting fired no matter what?
If he doesn't run the tape, well, he's 2-3.
let's see.
They lost to Miami, USF.
He's
and
2-3.
Whoever LSU.
LSU.
Yeah.
All right. If he doesn't go over 500, I think he's gone.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm saying they're going to go 7-5. They'll go to the Blue Bonnet Bowl. There's no such thing
Right.
anymore.
So
It's
you
just a
don't.
fight thing.
From what you're saying, you don't think
They
they're
win the
going to
Blue
do
Bonnet
that.
Bowl and go
Right.
8-5. He's gone.
He's saying, "Oh, win the Blue Bonnet Bowl. He's gone."
That's what I'm asking Scott.
He's saying they don't make a bowl game, so that's it.
Oh,
I don't think
He thinks they go 5-7. He's been clear.
Well,
he
do
thinks
you
they're
make
trash.
do you make the
the 7-5. You'll go to
No. Does
6
the
and 6 will get-
500 go
yeah.
to
yes.
You need 6 wins. That's it.
That's it, man. Yeah. Bob, there's 30 some games.
Who do
gotta
they got
fulfill-
left?
Well,
Oh, it's a gauntlet. It's very difficult.
yeah,
It's
very
extremely
good.
difficult.
Oh,
I'll stick with it. If he doesn't go over 500,
okay.
I think it's
See, I think
So-
it depends on who he beats. If those wins end up coming against Texas and FSU,
Right.
Yeah.
What helped out FSU, Josh, was look, Virginia took care of Louisville Friday night special, baby. You know, I mean, they came through.
and then Bama.
And BYU and Bama
Yeah.
coming back
They've
against
been
Vandy.
rolling.
Before you got here, I know traffic was a bear out there. I barely made it in here on time, and I'm a little closer than you.
Yeah.
So anyway, what we were talking about is, can a 2-loss team be in the top 12 this year versus a 1-loss
Yeah.
USF?
Yeah, because look at Notre Dame's 2 losses. If Notre Dame's losses are only a combined 4 points to Miami and ATM.
So you would put, now let's not talk money this time. I'm being serious, Josh. I want you to be a competition committee guy, even though I know it's not going to be the case. But if USF ran the table and their only loss was against Miami, should they be one of the 12 over if it's between Notre Dame at 12 and USF?
But isn't that not how it works? Doesn't a small school get a bid?
That's what I thought, but I don't know if they're one of the.
So you're asking me if USF goes undefeated from this point on.
Right, undefeated.
And Notre Dame
runs the table.
Just 2 losses.
Yeah. Is Notre Dame 10-2 better than USF?
I say Notre Dame is better because their loss against Miami was much more competitive. And USF got waxed.
Okay. But
you get what I'm saying?
I do.
Is a direct.
But one-loss record would indicate differently. You don't put as much in the one-loss record as your father or me. But no, I lean a little bit. I lean a little your way, but you still got to do what's on the field because I've always said I can't help how I played.
So
give me a shot to prove myself.
The question is with college: is it the best resume at the end of the season, or the most competitive team on the field by the end of the season? We all know with FSU a few years ago, it was the latter. We had the best resume, but they left us out because
lost the starting quarterback. We talked about that too. Should that be put in the mix?
So that fundamentally is the difference on what do these, and I don't think they have a guideline on each one is different.
You're right.
Yeah.
What has always made sports so definitive is take your opinion out of it.
Yeah, well,
I don't like an opinion being involved in a process.
We know that, dude, but
that is determined by a score, not by a person's opinion.
Yeah,
it's determined by
that's
a
an
score.
inefficient process. Okay, so you have 16 one-loss teams. What do you do?
Yeah, we talked about that.
What do you do? You're at that, so you have to use human opinion, right?
I said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
if you have 16 one-loss teams, a 2-loss team shouldn't be
discussed. That's not what I just said.
No,
all, I'm moving forward with your logic
I'm
now.
telling
you're
you
going to have to knock
do.
4 out.
So you have to bring in human opinion.
I'm first of all taking away any thought of a 2-loss team. I don't care.
We just said that. So
now,
if we have 14 one-loss teams, it's not going to happen. But just for sake of this discussion, you have 14
but you
one-loss
have to realize
teams.
the flaw in your logic.
Two got to go bye-bye. You got to make some human.
It's real simple. You still have to do like the NFL does, like the NBA does, like baseball. Who did you play? Did you beat a light? You can do it to where you still take the human element out of it.
Okay.
The alike teams you played.
Yes.
Start with that.
Okay,
did you win or lose? Then you can go to what was the difference in those games.
Point differentials.
There are so many ways to take.
So this is called strength of schedule.
Yeah.
And then you have common opponents.
Right.
And what it sounds
strength
like you
of
want
schedule to me is too arbitrarily decided because you're picking teams at the beginning.
No, strength schedule end of the season is based off their win-loss record.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So here's what he's saying.
So what he's saying is he doesn't want a committee. He wants to go back to the BCS rankings.
No.
All computers, no people.
Here's what I think I got you right, Scott. Suppose I'm USF and you're UCF. Okay. And the teams you played winning percentage was 500. The winning percentage teams that I played was 400. Forget the likeness because we might not have played the same people at all. So who maybe ever had the best record against winning percentage would get the nod. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Good.
What I'm saying is make it definitive.
Yes.
And there are ways they could do that.
You're saying that, but as we said before, when you have over 100 teams, that is the huge difference between the NFL, 32 teams, NBA, 30 teams, baseball, 30 teams.
Right.
So again, what you're saying in professional sports, yes, we can do that because there aren't as many options and choices, and the sample size is more manageable. In college football, it's different. There's too many people.
But when we get to the 16,
like they do
we
in
can
high
figure out
school,
from
you
the
could go
16
to
best.
total points given up. You can go to, there's so many downlines you can do before you get to a person saying,
and
I
you know
like this one.
What else is funny is if it wasn't such big money, then the human element wouldn't be as pertinent in this. It's the old follow the science, follow the money. With that, we're going to take a quick time out here on AM 860 The Answer. We'll take your calls at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. Josh and I are going to get into the NFL. 4 teams on bye week. Make sure your lineups are right for fantasy, and we'll go over some investment propositions for you. So hang in there with us. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. You're listening to AM 860 The Answer, the Sports Zone.
Happy Sunday from the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. And we do hope that it's a happy day and that everything is going as well for you and your family as it possibly can. That today is a good day and that you have many, many more good days in front of you. But no matter how well any of us are doing on this good day, the unfortunate reality of life remains that all of us are likely to face bad days in the future, no matter how distant that future may seem right now. When it comes to matters of health, particularly as we and our loved ones get older, it's predictable that all of us are likely to face hard challenges the longer we live, and that is multiplied by the amount of people we are directly responsible for. You may not want to ask yourself this question, but what if something unexpected happened to you today or tomorrow? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arises, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life during these times, which are relatively good and free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Highland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure that bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone. Let's get back to the discussion. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
All right, folks. Good morning and welcome into the Sports Zone on a football Sunday. Josh and I are going to get into the NFL. Josh, a lot of interesting games today and some games that are going to be a little rough to look at. The parity right now doesn't look too good. I hope by the end of the year it looks better, Josh. What's the update on the Vikings and the Browns game, please?
The Browns just took a 17-14 lead.
Okay.
Dylan Gabriel's throwing a couple of touchdowns.
Good for that kid. A little lefty from UCF in Oregon.
Vikings are deep in their own territory with the ball, so Browns could get the ball back and take a commanding lead here.
Very good. Very good. Well, I hope your fantasy's going well there. Let's go down the 1 o'clock games. Raiders at the Colts, Josh. 1 o'clock special. I think it favors the Colts, obviously. You know, West Coast team coming out to the East Coast always seems to give them an advantage. I don't know if the Colts win by 6, Josh. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Colts rout them.
Really? Good.
Brock Bowers is out. I think Colts are legit. All about Indiana Jones. I think the Raiders are not good, especially without Bowers. He's been playing hurt already, but they just
Jonathan Taylor's looking good too. So you're right.
Exceptional, man.
Yeah.
People forgot how good he is. That Colts team's good. Shane Steichen's good.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Shane doing well. You know, it would have been nice to see Frank Reich do well there, but I think he's just going to be a quarterback coach. But there's nothing wrong with it, an offensive coordinator. Yeah, I do like the Colts, Josh. I think Jacoby Myers for the Raiders could get some good junk points for anybody who has them. Would you concur with that, or do you differ?
I mean, he could.
Okay.
It's not. Again, I don't really like that offense today.
I know, I don't either. I have Genty, and I'm hoping Ashton Genty can do something decent. That was the crowd of in the background there at the Browns-Vikings game. Anyway, Scott, Josh and I like the Colts at home against the Raiders to cover the 6.5. So they'll win by a touchdown or more. Do you think they'll win by that many? That'll be interesting. Indiana Colts.
I like the Colts.
Indianapolis Colts
like
with
the
Indiana
Colts.
Jones, baby.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones. I hope he makes a reincarnation.
I like this. We've got the listeners sending in videos of their kids playing football.
I love it, man. That's awesome, man.
That's
I
cute.
drove by Anthony Beck Field yesterday up there in Lutz. The kids were out
Lutz.
there playing. It's
Yeah.
nice to see. It was really cool that you just said that, Scott. You know why? I saw kids playing soccer.
I didn't mean to drag you off of the
No, we'll
games.
get back to it. This is important because we started out as more of a high school and junior high type of a sports show to help out
Right.
the kids in
Right.
the area. And it's very important when I see kids playing soccer, football, and baseball at the same time. That warms my heart because I know that's going to give them a foundation to be better citizens and better people and know how to work with people. I love it. Good teamwork.
There are no more seasons.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that, brother.
I wish there was.
Yeah, I do too.
I think kids should experience. Joshua, he tried soccer. He tried baseball,
Yes, sir.
track, football.
Do them
He-
all.
he
See
did
what
it
you
all.
love, man. You know,
And,
Matthew McConaughey, I joke around by, all right. But he wrote a book. It was pretty cool. He goes, you know what? You got to try everything. And then if you fail, you go, I tried it and I failed. I learned from it. It's not for me. And then when you succeed, it feels that much better. And that's what we got to do in life and in sports. So
He speaks in bumper stickers. Every time I hear him talk, it's literally, it's not.
It
it's-
really
it's
do
is.
not
all-
pick on my boy.
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
I'm
It's
just
it's
kidding
just
you,
he's
Josh.
all. I used to think it was just kind of a shtick, but he genuinely,
Him and
whenever I
Denzel.
hear him talk, it's just
They're
this-
deep, baby. They're deep.
Him and Denzel.
Very
do that.
spiritual
Yep.
fellas, man. No,
All right, back to the games.
Yes.
We're taking the Colts.
All right, to cover. Okay. 47.5, Josh. Did we get over 48 in that game?
I think the Colts win big. I think
So that should cover the number, but you
yeah,
never know.
they
Okay.
should be able to.
How about the Cowboys at the Jets? Oh, brother. That's a real barn burner. Talk about 47.5. If that game doesn't go over, I'll be surprised. Two terrible defenses should put up a bunch of points, but that's my take. What's yours, Josh? Cowboys win. I'm going to say 30-24. Go
I
ahead.
think the Jets steal this one.
Wow. Okay, kid.
Yeah, I mean Dallas had that big game against Green Bay and everything last week.
Big
but
tie.
it was a lot of emotions and
I'm
all
glad,
that.
Josh, let me ask you your opinion on this. Would you like the NFL to go to the college overtime system? Play spot 25 and let's see who, wins the game, period.
No,
Really? You like it the way it is?
Football's you're playing on a full field.
I don't,
Like cutting it
Yeah.
down to just 25 yards. That's just
No.
too gimmicky.
and I also don't like the NFL system. It is to me complete trash. That if you come down and score a touchdown, the game's over.
No, they changed
They
that. Scott.
changed it.
Okay, he made a mistake,
I-
Josh. Easy, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, you come down, score a touchdown.
I get the ball
Let
back.
me finish.
Right. Let the
Okay.
guy finish. Right.
All right. So the other team comes down and scores a touchdown.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what?
Well, if there's time left on the clock, they kick it off to them. If they kick a field goal, they win. If they don't, it's
Yeah,
over.
then it becomes sudden death.
No. Well, no, it's over.
If both teams score,
Right.
then
Right. First one to score
Yeah.
wins, or it'll end in a tie. I know. Now I get what you meant. I thought you were thinking he was talking regular.
No,
time.
no.
No, yeah. No, we'll see that and that's what happens. So if you put it, I like the college system, guys. That's me though. Put it at the 25, and I score a touchdown. You got to match me, Josh. And then on the second one, if we both score touchdowns, we both got to go for
I
2.
get it, but you're putting a defense in such a huge advantage. You're just making it like a 7-on-7 almost,
Yeah.
like that sort of aspect. So I get what you're saying. It's an imperfect process.
Yeah.
For me,
There won't be a tie, Josh. I'm trying to find a way to,
I understand
if
that.
you have another way to eliminate the tie, I'm all ears.
Well, I mean, no. If you're in only,
You want to go to like field goal kicks, like they do penalty shots?
You know how I feel about field
No.
goals and
Oh,
kickers. No, for me,
Okay.
again, I think the factor here, what makes it different, because baseball can go forever, basketball can go forever. The difference here is that the more snaps you add,
Right.
extra snaps you add in overtime for each player,
Mhm.
is a very higher percentage of their snaps. And so if they do
Yeah.
care about these guys and
Yep.
the health and
Yep.
longevity and all that sort of thing, that is why you can't do it. Because that if you play another dozen snaps,
Yeah.
that's huge. These guys only play so many throughout
Right.
the whole game. So that's
Well,
what it is.
It's funny you said that,
Yeah,
Josh.
but so can I offer another side? Because it's like, oh, it's high, it feels un-American. I get that. I get it completely. But on the flip side,
Mhm.
if you do have a tie, then at the end of the season, you don't have to go down the tiebreaker list of, common opponents played on a Wednesday night in
Yeah.
October. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
so it kind of is more genuinely at the end. So again, there's no perfect way to look at it, whether you look at the front end, the back
Yeah.
end. I
You're
think
right.
the better question is what's worse, a tie in football or having to wear a tie?
Mm.
Why playing football?
Good one, Scott.
while playing football.
Oh
So-
man, that's funny.
But
I'd say
is
I
it-
would to answer your
isn't-
question because I've worn ties plenty. I don't like the ties.
Is football the only sport that has a tie?
Yeah.
Or does it?
No.
Well, soccer,
soccer.
but that's
That's
said
football.
sport.
American sports.
Whoa!
I said sport.
wow. Just because it's a communist sport, it's still a sport, pal. I'll never forget when you
Actually,
first said that. That was hilarious.
It doesn't
gotta
really
have fun.
apply anymore.
No, but it's funny.
Back then it did.
It
But
was
no,
funny.
I think the rarity is kind of cool. There's not. I'd rather that than them play a whole extra 4 quarters. That's crazy.
Oh, I agree, Josh. No, I'm just trying to think of a way to not have it end in a tie, and I'm open to anything. I really am. You know, not like music, but anyway. Giants
I
at
just
the
put-
Saints. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I mean, it's all sports. It's
There you
all,
go.
guys.
It's all
I mean,
sport,
you
brother.
want every sport you watch to be that exciting. You know, Joshua, you usually watch it. I watched it last night, the MMA. You want it to, you know, to me, that was just a such a letdown.
Yeah, man. How about the Giants at the Saints, Josh?
I like the Saints in a low scoring, sloppy one. I didn't really love how the Giants looked last week, even though they did pull off that upset.
I don't know, man.
No Malik Neighbors now is huge.
I
That just
know.
really shrinks that offense entirely.
It does.
Yeah, the Saints haven't been as bad. I know the record isn't great, but they'll be able to steal this one at home.
Yeah, but the Giants can still hand off to Saquon Barkley. Oh, no, they can't. Anyway, so
But they got Scatterboo.
they got my
I'm
boy
going-
Cam.
I'm
And
go-
look at Jackson Dart, man. It's going to be kind of funny. He's going back to the closest NFL team to his college days, and Archie Manning played there. Mississippi, Oxford.
I get what you're saying.
You gave me a look like,
Because
what are you
that's like
talking
a
about?
Bikram yoga stretch that you got going on there.
Oh, that was pretty
The
good.
next game.
Give me some credit for my flexibility, young fella.
I'm sticking with the Giants.
I'm going with the
you laughed at me
Jacksons,
when
too.
I picked them last.
No, I didn't.
but
I said Jackson
just-
Dart might pull off the upset.
Taysom Hill is going to do some sneaky stuff. It's going to be a Taysom Hill game.
So they finally got him off the IR.
He's active.
Okay.
He's in. Brock Bowers out.
Wow. Yeah. Give the guy some. So that's good, Josh. Give that info, folks. If you got Taysom Hill on your team, I wouldn't.
Well, so if you have Brock Bowers and you
Yeah.
need someone to fill in,
You can put him at
Taysom's
tight
got
end.
that tight end, and you know he could throw, run, catch.
Yeah. Well, there was a great play in the Viking Brown game. Cam Akers, Florida State boy, Josh. Little end around pass.
So it was funny. I get that. I see that. I was like, oh, there was a halfback pass touchdown in the morning game. How exciting. Let's see what fantasy relevant players got the touchdown.
Well, we're not going to talk about that part. Okay. Now I like that. Okay.
Cam
want you-
Akers and Josh Oliver.
Okay. Can we do this, Josh? Please. I'm asking you to please meet me more than halfway. Okay. I want from now on, when a player is not on anybody's roster, okay, but you have a player that would have scored a touchdown. I'll get to my point. If you have we'll go back to Cameron Brate, right? Okay, you have Cameron Brate as your tight end. Nobody has Jack Jones, backup tight end, right? And Jack Jones catches the touchdown. I have no problem giving that to Brate. So somebody gets the points. The Bucks got the points. I know you fantasy guys don't like that, but can you at least see my trying to make it more like the
Yeah,
real game?
Go start a Weenie Hut Junior League. It's not called reality football. It's called fantasy football.
Wow. I
Well,
asked you to meet me halfway. Now you just dogged me.
Your liberal
Pat,
Did you have a bad night? I'm sorry, Florida State.
Else.
I'm sorry, Florida State lost last
Dog,
night.
I
Don't take it
don't-
out on your old man and me.
Come on.
I don't think he picked Florida. I don't know who he picked.
No.
If you want to do that, then just bet on their team total.
Thank you.
No,
I was
I-
just going, and I'm
You
not
can
a
gamble.
fantasy guy.
I know. I
Patrick,
just don't like when nobody gets the points.
then
Josh.
pick
That's
a
all I'm saying.
position.
Then draft.
Don't pick
better.
then
You can't help it when the
So
offensive
you just
coordinator.
you want 0 bench points, 0 waiver points. Everyone gets all the points. You get a point. You get a point. You get a point. You get a point.
thank you, Oprah.
What are we doing?
What we're doing is if you have a player, okay, I'm more of a team concept. I like team running back, team quarterback, Cam Akers. Do you
That's
think
not what fantasy football is.
it could
Well,
be?
But then do a league that way. Where
Amen.
you
He's
say,
right.
okay, it's your pick. I pick
Yep.
Buck running
Yeah,
back.
Weenie
Yeah,
Hut Junior
yeah.
League.
That to me, I don't do fantasy, but that
Right,
to
come on,
me
come on, come on, come
sounds
on,
Yeah,
come
like,
you're right.
like
Yeah, let's get down the
BS.
games. Broncos at the Eagles. Do the Eagles suffer their first loss?
No,
I know.
no, they'll keep winning close. Probably Broncos haven't looked overwhelming, and there's been so much crap about AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. This feels like a squeaky wheel game where they'll
Yeah.
feed them intentionally
Yeah, I
and they
agree.
could just pop off.
Sean Payton's a heck of a coach. He might be able to pull off the miracle. I hope he does. It'll help out the Bucks, you know. Dolphins at the Panthers.
Shouldn't be playing.
Hey, they're both 1-3. That's a great matchup.
And it's probably going to be a great game.
I know.
You know, when two teams
it'll be
suck,
competitive, not entertaining.
Well,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Yeah.
We'll go with that.
21-20.
I think Panthers will snag it though.
Do you?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of. I think the home team manages to squeak away. You know, on
Home
something.
team week.
You know,
that
we're
happens
gonna
a lot,
see,
Josh.
We're going to see
Good one.
28 blocked kicks today again.
Oh,
so.
please, Josh.
And
no.
you got Tariq. That was funny. People
Do you think
were
he's
like,
officially retired, or was that just him talking because of the injury and he's just mad?
Oh, I think he's done.
I
You
think
He can miss all of next season too. That wasn't just a normal little.
No, I know. it was
and I
bad.
love the fans. Oh, Tariq, he was so happy. He didn't even look like he was upset. Dude, he had a lot of drugs on board. I mean,
Well,
He was
no.
hurting, man. His
I-
eyes were watered, and they should have been, man. I
It
mean,
was weird to see that reaction. We've never seen a player act like that after they suffered such a gruesome
They
injury, where
get
he was
him.
like smiling and clap. I understand that,
They- yeah,
regardless of the cause of it.
Yeah,
It was strange to see. I can understand why people.
and I
but
think
I've
he was,
also
I think he was fighting through it, like going, "Yeah, all right, I'm okay."
see. I think everyone
Which I respect
processes
him.
emotions differently, but
Yes.
I know for me, like if I'm down a lot, you don't want to show how you really feel. Like,
True.
especially you're starting going through
Yeah,
that, and you're in a
exactly.
public space. You
Amen.
don't want to just.
I
You'll see
agree.
guys sometimes put the towel over their head because they don't want people to see it. They're just back there bawling.
yeah, but
Shoot.
they don't usually give
Okay,
everyone
we got it. We got the
drugs on
Texans
field,
at the
guys.
Ravens. Josh,
Texans, Lamar out. Their defense is trash. Offensive line hurt. Texans.
can you believe the Ravens are going to be 1-4? I can't
No,
believe
but
it.
that defense sucks.
Yeah, I know. It's
I'm
just,
taking Texan.
Yeah. We'll see if Cooper Rush can pull off a miracle. It's gonna be that could be another exciting, not
Low
exciting.
scoring.
Yeah,
It's just gonna be low scoring.
not entertaining, but a good game.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned game.
21-20.
Yeah, games like that. 21-17. I'm with Josh. All right, with our last 2 minutes here, Bucks at the Seahawks. Josh, my heart wants to go with the Bucks.
No,
And-
Seattle's got this one.
Oh man, I know you're
We're
right.
too hurt, man. Bucky's gonna miss multiple weeks now. Like
I-
these injuries are just brutal.
That does affect us immensely, but this year, like White is just a harder runner right now. He doesn't have that excitement, but let me tell you, I don't think we lose a whole lot with White
Well,
at all.
No,
Well,
it's not
and
not
we need
just him.
Tucker. We need Tucker to play
Tucker
his
will
butt
be
off
fine,
today.
But I think
Tucker
he'll
will
Please,
be
Tucker.
fine.
I love that kid.
Tucker can be played, but he's not going to get that many opportunities.
I know.
don't
They
think.
got to maybe mix him in more.
We're just too banged up. Godwin looked cooked last week. I do not
he
think
did.
he's going to get back to what he was. Igbukah is not that dominant wide receiver. I think the corners are going to lock Igbukah up today. This is going to be his welcome to the NFL moment.
It's very again,
Boy, he's good at catching the ball.
guys.
He's phenomenal.
They didn't double coverage one of our receivers last game.
Like we said, not having Mike changes everything. Changes everything.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
That to me says more about a player than most
Yes.
anything.
Well, they use it in baseball, Scott. It's called WAR, wins against replacement. And there's a lot to be said for that. I would agree with you, Scott. It's a very, very, and that's kind of funny. That gives him another point towards the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
On one hand, on the other, Devontae Adams, who is direct peer, same draft class, is now padding his stats.
Yeah.
So Devontae's been able to put up a little bit more and more and more each week while Mike's been out.
I don't know. The last 5 years, the first 5 years, I think Devontae was more of a team game changer than Mike. The last 5, I think Mike's more important to a team than Devontae. That's all.
But yeah, Devontae's situations there hasn't even been an
No,
opportunity to
no,
do anything.
right.
Those
No,
Raiders
he hasn't.
teams were abysmal.
Oh boy, it's sad, isn't it? I mean,
And the difference between them, Devontae had those 1,800-yard seasons
Yes, he
where
did.
Mike, the ceiling versus, but
Yeah.
we've gone over it before.
yeah, no, I just hope the Bucks win. I'm gonna say the Bucks pull it out, guys. I'm gonna say 24-20 Bucks.
See, I like it, but other way, Seattle.
Yeah.
I think the Bucks win. We didn't get a chance, but next week we got to talk about this horrible officiating we're seeing around the league.
Amen to that.
It's
Scott.
horrible.
It is. Tampa Bay, God bless you. We appreciate you very much for tuning in the show and supporting us and supporting Salem and AM 860 The Answer. God bless everybody. Do a random act of kindness this week, please. Thank you.
Peace and respect, Tampa. Much peace and respect.
Okay, on today's show, we're talking about vitamin D. Sometimes